Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Assalamu alaikum students. How are you all? I hope that you all are safe. Today we have to discuss about data transmission. Data transmission. When data is sent from one device to another, it is important to consider how the data is transmitted. It is also important to ensure that the data has not been changed in any way. The internet has now become an integral part of our lives. Data transmission refers to the movement of data in the form of bits between two or more digital devices. This transfer of data takes place over some form of transmission media, for example, fiber optics. Data transmission can be either over a short distance, for example, from computer to printer, or over long distance, for example, over a telephone network. Essentially, three factors need to, to be considered when transmitting data. Each factor has to be agreed by both sender and receiver for this to work without error. Now we can see in these three factors we have the direction of the data transmission in one direction only or in both directions. Then we have the method of transmission, how many bits are sent at the same time. Then we have method of synchronization between two devices. Then we have transmission mode. There are three transmission modes. First we have simplex, then we have half duplex, then we have full duplex. First of all, we have to discuss about simplex data transmission. Simplex data transmission is one direction only. That means data can be sent in one direction from sender to receiver. For example, data being sent from computer to printer. Okay, simplex is one direction. A good example would be your keyboard to your CPU. That means the CPU never needs to send characters to the keyboard, but the keyboard always send character to the CPU. In many cases, computer almost always send characters to printer, but printer usually never send character to computer. Then we have half duplex data transmission. Half duplex data transmission is in both directions but not at the same time. Data can be sent from A to B or B to A along the same line but not at the same time. That means here is an example, a phone conversation between two people where only one person speak at a time, like walkie-talkie. Now they can send, now in this half duplex data transmission, user A and user B, they both can send and receive data but not at the same time. They can send data or they can receive data, only one action performed at a time. Then we have full duplex. In full duplex, data transmission is in both directions at the same time. That means data can be sent from A to B or from B to A along the same line, both at the same time. Example, broadband connection on a phone line. Now you can see user A and user B. They can also send and receive data at the same time. Now here is example of simplex, half duplex and full duplex data transmission. Simplex, megaphone, one-way communication. In half duplex example, two-way communication but only one way at a time. Full duplex example, mobile phones, two-way communication at the same. Okay, then we have serial data transmission. Serial data transmission is when data is sent one bit at a time over single wire or channel. Bits are sent one after the other in a single stream. Bits can be transmitted as simplex, half duplex or full duplex. Now you can see bits are sent one after the other. Then we have parallel data transmission. Parallel data transmission is when several bits of data, usually 1 byte, are sent down several wire or channel at the same time. One wire or channel is used to transmit each bit. That means now you can see 8 bits at the same time sent down through wires or channel. Now in this parallel data transmission also, bits can be transmitted as simplex, half duplex or full duplex. Now a common use for serial data transmission is USB. Parallel data transmission is used in the internal electronic of the computer system, the pathway between the CPU and the memory. All use this method for data transmission. Integrated circuit buses and other internal components all use parallel data transmission because of the need of high-speed data transfer. The use of 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit and 64-bit buses, for example, allow much faster data transmission rate than could be achieved by single-channel serial data transfer. An internal clock is used to ensure the correct timing of data transfer. It essentially synchronous is nature, and the short distance between components mean that none of the issue described earlier have any real impact on the accuracy of data. Now we have asynchronous data transmission, refers to the data being transmitted in agreed bit pattern. Data bits 1 and 0 are grouped together and sent with control bits. This means that the receiver of data know when data start and when it end. Now you can see there is a control bit, start and end, stop bit or end bit. This prevents data becoming mixed up. Without these control bit, it would be impossible to separate group of data as they arrived. Okay, now we have synchronous data transmission. Synchronous data transmission is a continuous stream of data. The data is accompanied by timing signals generated by an internal clock. This ensures that the sender and receiver are synchronized with each other. The receiver count how many bits 1 and 0 were sent and then reassemble them into byte of data. The timing must be very accurate here since there are no control bits sent in this type of data transmission. However, it is a faster data transfer method than asynchronous and is therefore used where this is an important issue, for example, in networking communication. Now we have USB. USB stands for Universal Serial Bus. Universal Serial Bus is a asynchronous serial data transmission method. It has quickly become the standard method for transferring data between a computer and a number of devices. Essentially, the USB cable consists of a 4-wire shielded cable. 2 of the wire are used for power and the earth. 2 of the wire are used in the data transmission. When a device is plugged into a computer using one of the USB ports, the computer automatically detects that the device is present. This is due to small change in the voltage level on the data signal wire in the cable. The device automatically recognizes and the appropriate device driver is loaded up so that computer and device can communicate effectively. If a new device is detected, the computer will look for the device driver which matches the device. If it is not available, the user is prompted to download the appropriate software. Okay, thank you so much, student. If you have any question regarding this lecture, you can email me at my email address. Allah Hafiz.